Hispanic Heritage Month comes to a close. We end our series with a story about finding yourself and strength from your upbringing.
A local author is using her words to explore what it means to live between two cultures and how identity, family, and resilience shape who we are. Here's Kimberly Gomez.
For Kayla Pica Williams, writing has always been more than words on a page. It's a way to understand who she is.
Pica is the name that I go by most of the time. It is my capoeira name. It's a Afro-Brazilian martial arts that I train. But in general, I am a grad student at ISU. I am about 2 weeks away from defending my dissertation and getting my PhD. I am an English professor at University of Illinois in Champaign-Urbana. I'm really passionate about movement and about writing especially. That's my major, creative writing, and I've been doing it for basically my entire life.
That passion for writing is what led her to this first book, White Brown, a deeply personal collection of poems exploring what it means to grow up between cultures, to look one way but feel another.
For me, White Brown is really just, you know, I am brown. I was consistently growing up being ethnically ambiguous, as a lot of people like to call me. And I spent most of this time being like, I am brown, I am brown, I am brown, but on the outside I look white. I take after my dad mostly, especially in the face, so I don't look Peruvian at all, but I am very brown on the inside.
Born to a Peruvian mother and American father, Pica's poetry wrestles with identity, immigration, and the quiet spaces between belonging and being seen.
So a lot of this book is based on my own personal experiences, especially like I think at least half of these poems talk about my family and the things that I've gone through. But then some of the pieces are also talking about the wider issue of just immigration in general. But a lot of it is very personal.
But it's also a love letter to others who feel caught between two worlds.
In the end, it doesn't entirely matter, like, if you meet a certain threshold of language or if you look a certain way. What matters is that you believe in the ideals from multiple cultures and that you are doing the best you can to live those ideals and promote your cultures, whatever they may be.
Her journey is a reminder that identity isn't about choosing sides, it's about honoring every piece of who you are.
So it depends on who the reader is. If the reader is also ethnically ambiguous like me, I hope that they can find somebody that is like giving them a sense of belonging and something that they can relate to and understand and feel the depth of. But then as for other people who maybe aren't as ethnically ambiguous, I hope that they can sort of understand the plight of people who are different than them. That's been one of my goals for writing throughout my entire career, is just to change people's minds, to give them perceptions that they have not considered before.
For Pica, poetry isn't just art, it's identity, heritage, and healing. In celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month, she reminds us that our stories, no matter how complex, are what makes us whole. In Peoria, Kimberly Gomez, 25 News.
And you can find this story in Spanish on our website, 25newsnow.com.